Thank you, dudes, for tuning in to the Pleasant Podcast. Today's guest is Mr. Fabulous and the Bad Boys.
Well, really, it's just the Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Really? Yes.
Mr. Fabulous is here in spirit.
How did you guys? How'd you guys meet? Who is the mysterious Mr. Fabulous?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yes.
Get a picture of him up here.
Yeah. Let me
Let's have a
see.
picture of him.
Let me see.
Jesse James Helsius is Mr. Fabulous.
Is that his real name?
That's
Jesse
his real
James
name.
Jesse
Helsius.
James.
He's
Yes.
very Finnish.
That's a pretty dope name,
He's
though.
very
Jesse
Yeah.
James. Wasn't that like a cowboy or something?
Yeah,
like that?
dude,
Yeah,
like an
he's an
outlaw.
outlaw.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
outlaw.
Oh yeah.
Our baby.
Yeah,
Aww.
That's him.
I wish he had an iPhone so
Yeah.
we could FaceTime him, but he's not cool. So.
Yes, I
He's
miss
too busy taking care of his boyfriend who just got his wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh.
Very-
man.
Poor,
very
poor
nice.
other Jesse.
Poor other Jesse. They're both named Jesse.
How did
him
How did
for
you guys
sure.
meet?
Well,
We
me
met
and
first,
you go
yeah.
back the most. We
Yeah.
were friends in like middle school, kind
Yeah,
of.
like middle school.
I didn't meet him until sophomore year. Well, I technically met him freshman year, but I thought he was like a school shooter, so I didn't talk to him.
Wow. Hey. Yeah.
I tried talking to him.
Seemed weird, but you're all right,
I
right?
kind of thought he was a serial killer, but then we ended up becoming friends. Oh, and we're dating.
Work the
We've been dating
difference.
for 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I forget to mention
We're just
that
friends.
sometimes.
You
So-
thought you were you thought we were gonna get killed by him, and now it's
Now it's
completely
it's-
tipsy topsy
Is it
turvy.
Facebook official?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes,
been
it
Facebook
is.
official for quite a bit now.
Nice. How long is that?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
That's insane.
I'm 16. I'm a grandmother.
Yes.
I always forget to mention that. But then Jesse, I met through you guys.
Yes.
Because you guys were Mr. Fabulous and the Bad Boys before me.
I met Jesse first.
Weaseled my way in there.
I met Jesse because he was friends with my brother back in the day, and I met him through there.
Shout out
and-
Ed.
Yeah, shout out to Ed.
I'm sure he'll be listening.
Wherever you are.
Somewhere in the stars.
Focus.
No, but just go down the line.
Yeah.
You got with Jesse, and then you guys got me in the band.
Yeah,
And him
we-
joined last.
Yeah, I met
So-
Matt through also my brother because Eddie was living in his house.
Yeah.
Hey man, it happens.
Yeah.
Everyone
Totally
has lived
happens,
in our house
dude.
at one point.
Yeah, even me and Jesse lived in the house for like a couple weeks.
I think I'm surprised Jesse didn't kill us.
I know, we were really annoying.
Is it like a big like art house?
No, it's a very
It's
small
a very
house.
small house in Eastlake, and
Very-
our next door neighbor's a cop, and he doesn't like us.
Aw,
That's rough.
He's spoiling all the fun. dude.
For real, and
Yeah.
he's super bald, so maybe that's why.
But
Yeah, he's
no,
just mad about his hair loss.
Bruce Willis, man. Bruce Willis, dude.
Is John McClane living right next to you?
John
Yeah.
McCain or John
It's
McClane?
funny.
Both.
R.I.P. my man.
Both.
Rest in peace.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah,
Mac McCain.
we didn't get anything done during that time.
No, we
Absolutely nothing.
They were supposed to finish recording an album, and that never happened.
Yeah.
When you joined the band or thought about joining the band, were you playing an instrument prior to that? Were you
Nope.
doing like solo stuff? No.
She's
Nope.
played before. You played a flute.
Did you
What?
know?
I was in band.
She
Well, no,
doesn't
that,
play
that
the
counts.
flute now.
That totally
Yeah,
counts.
I was in band for a couple of years, and then I was in choir. And
Did
then,
you know how to play keyboard?
No.
No.
Nah.
That's
messed
cool.
with it.
That's
She kinda-
cool though. Like-
I used to do her job.
Yeah,
and
he would play bass and keyboard,
I-
and then
yeah.
like you could either only have one at a time. And eventually, since I was coming to all their shows anyway, they're like, "Do you just want to be in the band?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Why not?"
But now, do you have a good understanding of the keyboard now?
Oh, hell no. I absolutely still don't know what I'm doing.
What is your keyboard setup?
We have the
was,
micro Korg,
And now it's a mini log.
and now it's a mini logs. We like Korgs.
Yeah.
Korgs.
Korgs. Just small
they're
ones.
great.
Not enough keys for me to mess
I
up
love
real bad.
corgis.
Yeah.
Best type of dog out
Corgis.
there.
Who writes the music? Is it Jesse like barking orders at everybody, or are you guys like, hey man?
Oh yeah,
I
that
have a
definitely
song.
seems like his
I have a
personality.
song, dude. I don't know.
It's
No, just-
honestly
How's it
like
go?
it comes from all parts. Honestly, like the lyrics usually come from Jesse, but like the music usually comes like from all of us at once. Like we'll jam something at the beginning of a practice, and then like we'll forget about it for like a year, and then we'll come back to it.
We're like, hey, remember we did that one thing that we thought about a year ago?
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
And then we slightly remember it. So
Yeah.
it's like basically a bastardized version of something that was actually probably good.
I see. Have you guys toured at all?
No.
Nope.
No, we've played like 2 shows in a week. Does that count?
We can't
So
get
it's
all off
something.
work at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel that. Do you guys have any like plans for the future, like 2 or 3 years down the road at all?
Not really. I would
Like-
say
Maybe
just to
eventually
get-
release that album we've been
just,
working on.
just get better at,
Yeah.
at what we're doing and
Yeah.
finish a project. Hopefully, it doesn't
Finish a
just
project
crash
in
and
less
burn.
than 2 years.
Yeah, last time we
Listen,
just
it's a
crashed
finely
and burned.
created piece of art.
Nope.
It takes me months for my projects, and I do solo work, so like
Yeah. Trying to get 4 people all together at once is
That's
When
even
everyone's got
harder.
like different
Yeah.
hours and full-time jobs
Oh,
and
yeah.
have different days of the week
Yeah.
off.
Right. I feel that. Do you guys think that there is a difference in how music is written for the bands that have like full-time jobs versus bands that are kind of living out of their van, so to speak? Like I feel like certain groups are trying to really just free will it and totally just go at it, living out of their car from gig to gig to gig. Is that sort of the lane you guys are really trying to avoid, or do you guys want to be at sort of like a touring level? Any
I would like to be like a
aspirations
very
with that?
split down the middle.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
of that,
I
like
want to tour. I
you
want to
have
go
the
other
band,
places, but
like,
I want to
but
be
you
able
need
to
a
like
job. and
if
live.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
live
to
sustainably.
yeah.
go to my parents' house.
Yeah.
Like within like a 4-hour drive, I'd
Yeah.
be cool. But not like
Yeah.
California. First of all, it's on fire. Second of all, they have no water.
Yeah.
I'm very
Sorry, California.
I'm very like afraid. I'm a very home oriented person. I don't like being
Don't have to
out
tell me
very
twice.
much. So
Yeah.
I don't, it's not like I don't want to tour, but it would be like it would have to be the right decision.
We'll have to put a
not just
knapsack
something
over
I
his
wanna
head and
do.
throw him in
It's
the
a
back
very
of the
human
van.
characteristic to feel like that.
We have to treat him
Yeah.
like Mr. T and the A-Team, and we have to just like knock him out every time we go out.
I'm sure that he definitely wouldn't suffer heavy brain damage from that.
No, but yeah,
It's something I want to do in the future, but
Yeah.
It'd be fun, but
Like we'd have to get over like
we would need money also.
Oh yeah,
So
lots
like,
of
yeah,
money,
lots of
and
money.
also like the fact
True.
that like I need to. I'm sure we've had this discussion. Like you have this too. Like just being in an unfamiliar place is like extremely uncomfortable, and it makes me anxious.
yeah, I'm that way.
I
as well.
only would be cool if we only visited places where Mothman has been seen.
Should we just go to
New Jersey.
Just New Jersey.
Just New
And the
Jersey.
Jersey Devil.
Exactly. I
What's
knew
the
it.
I want to
town
see
in-
me a Squatch while we're out.
town in West Virginia. What's the name of that?
Oh, West
The
Virginia?
one with
Point
the Mothman-
Pleasant?
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
Let's go to Point. Let's go.
With the Mothman
Let's tour.
statue.
At the Mothman Festival, Mr. Fabulous
I went
and the
to
Bad Boys.
I went to Florida recently, and they have this thing called the skunk ape. I think.
Yes,
That's
the
like their
skunk ape.
Bigfoot. They have the skunk ape, and they have like a whole exhibit that is dedicated to the skunk ape.
Incredible. I
Do
wanna
they
do
have
that.
like legit pictures, or do they have just like
It
artist
looks like,
renderings?
it looks like barefoot, or Bigfoot, not
Bigfoot.
barefoot.
It looks like a bear
My
foot.
worst nightmare.
What is
Just
the-
1 foot.
The Lizard Man too, or the
We were just talking about
We-
reptilians.
yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about the Lizard Man. I think
We're
it's
talking
from
about
South Carolina.
Mark Zuckerberg.
The Zuck? Secretly an Argonian? Dude, we're going to get Zucked if we keep talking about it.
Whoa.
He's gonna come through Facebook.
Everybody, shh.
You guys have a lot of
Unfriended style.
deeper jokes here. I like it.
There's a lot of subtext that goes into the
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys put conspiracy theories into the music?
Eventually, that's my
Uh,
plan. I don't know about you
Seriously,
guys.
like you
I'd,
could
li-
get.
I'd listen.
If
A
we
lot of
let Matt
attention
write
with
all the
that.
lyrics, then it's gonna be conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
If we all
all we
write
do
it.
on the way to work and while he's at work is listen to conspiracy theories. We listen to like this one podcast, and it's like all of a sudden I'm like, yes, I understand now. Everyone isn't
It's-
a reptilian.
It's almost
The world is flat.
99.9% nonsense, but it
The
is
moon
so
is hollow.
entertaining.
The world is actually polygonal. It's actually a lot of flat, and then like a couple corners to like round it out more.
yeah, no, I feel ya.
Have you seen that? It's like there's a word for it.
Is it like the
It's
PlayStation
like
2
a
Earth?
dodecahedron or something like that.
Dodecahedron.
Sounds right. Sounds alright.
It's pretty scientific sounding. I'll take it.
What instrument? Well, what's everyone's instrument again?
I play bass.
I play drums.
Mhm.
I play keyboard and tambourine, and then sometimes backup vocals.
Do you guys
Nice.
have any music videos out?
We have
Thanks.
like 3, and one is actually sort of professionally made. The other ones were like Jesse with a GoPro.
They're cute.
Yes.
Well, one was Jesse with a GoPro. The other one was Ethan with a GoPro.
Those are the best ones, though. It's the most organic.
Very
Yeah.
real.
I'm
Yeah.
not in those ones.
They don't ever really have concepts though. We
No.
just film.
We've had
crap.
ideas, but we've
We
never
should
like
just make
put
an
them.
art house music video. Make everyone hate us.
See, that's the thing, though. You need visuals to like get your name out there more.
Yeah.
So whatever visuals you can get, you just do it. Just put it out. Even if it's the stupidest idea, you can still put that out. Get
I
your
know
name out
Jesse
there.
had that idea for the Frankenstein music video for us, for like him to kill all of us, and then like us
would
as
love to be
zombies,
dead.
I was
us
excited.
as zombies playing in
I
the
really-
band.
I really wanted to
Aw, why
make
didn't no
some
one tell me
really
that?
bad.
I know a
gore
makeup
effects.
artist.
That would have been
You know,
so
makeup
fun.
artist.
If you guys want a makeup artist for that,
Oh, your
Cass-
girlfriend's a makeup
yeah.
artist.
there we go. Never
Your
mind.
fiance.
My fiance,
Your
Aw.
fiance.
my fiance,
As long as
whatever.
we-
my finance.
As long as
My
we do.
Pretty much for a while, she was your finance. Get a job, nerd.
I do have a job.
Now you do.
There should be, there at least needs to be a decapitation in that video. At least one.
We
See,
need
you
to
shouldn't
make it
unlock
happen.
our minds. It's only gonna get worse.
Oh yeah,
I like
That's what
it.
you need
You're-
to
You're
do.
slowly unspiraling the cork.
Did you guys? I know you mentioned that you were in band in school. Was anyone else in band in like high school,
wasn't.
elementary school?
I thought about it a lot, and then I realized I'd have to learn how to read music.
I still don't
And I
know how to
can't-
do that.
I don't know how to do that. I've
I
never tried.
Only
I don't
knew
want
how
to.
when I was in band, and then if you like set me in front of a beginner's flute book, I could probably
Yeah.
crank out a hot cross buns. But other than that, I used to be able to play the Jurassic Park theme, so it was pretty.
I used to be able to play
Fourth grade.
The Legend of Zelda. Shit, it's one of the songs that you can play on the ocarina in Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, and I learned how to play that pretty well for violin. That was pretty.
A violin.
You played
Violin.
violin.
That's
I played violin for 4 years.
I didn't even know this.
That was-
I have
hardest
violin
instrument
parts.
I have
Yeah.
ever tried to play.
My stepdad
That
can
was
play
really fun.
violin.
That is exactly what
Shout
I
out
wish I
to
would have
stepdad.
played cello or violin. That's what I wish I would have done instead of
He
all
wants
the
to bring a
instruments
cello
I
into
play.
our house.
I wish.
Why not?
Do it,
dude?
dude.
That'd be
That'd be
dope.
great.
It's not gonna
Usually-
fit.
You have not seen how small our house
The cat's
is.
you're gonna have to cut a hole in it for the cats to live in it.
I
Gonna run out of
love
room.
strings, but it is just so unbelievably hard. Like the learning curve.
Yeah.
On violin or cello.
There's
is
no
unbelievable.
frets. How do you do it?
Yeah. That's how I am with wind instruments. I'm just like they are lost on me. I can't do it.
I tried to teach Matt how to play a flute, but he can't.
I can't make the.
He just gets it
thing.
really
Embouchure.
weird and
Yeah, the
slobbery.
embouchure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
embouchure.
I can do
The
a
embouchure.
clarinet, and I can actually play the clarinet a little bit.
And
but you don't
saxophone.
let me. No, I can't play saxophone.
I was gonna
'Cause-
say
no,
I,
it's the worst sounding thing I've ever
No.
heard in my life.
I just sat there trying to make a noise on it for like a week, and I thought she was gonna beat me to death with it.
Would you guys ever bring those wind instruments though, like into the band?
oh absolutely.
If
I
I
never
could
played
find
them
my
competently
if
enough.
I could find my flute, I would. But
If
I
we
don't
can
know where
if we
it's
can
at.
do nothing but Men at Work covers, we can bring in the saxophone.
I would like to play clarinet more because I feel like I could actually play that because that was like the
When
one
you get
thing
your
I
own
could
man
pick up
cave,
and
you
actually
can do
make the
that.
noise.
'Cause
Man
I will
cave.
beat you to death with it if you try to
What,
play
a
it again.
clarinet? It's
It's
not
so
that
annoying.
loud.
It's just squeaks,
man
it
cave where the
squeals.
game's going and the masturbation
I will
station.
sit there. I'll like wail feedback coming out of an amp, and she won't have a problem with that. But the minute I pick up a clarinet, she gets pissed.
It's way too loud apparently.
So
I think the closest thing to a fancy instrument we ever had on one of our songs was the mandolin
Oh yeah.
And the
Really?
omnichord.
We
and the
always,
omnichord.
I mean, well, isn't the keyboard pretty brutal, pretty expensive, pretty nice?
Pretty brutal. We we
Uh,
attach it to distortion.
Oh yes.
The,
Well,
the Korg is really nice. The mini
is
log
nice,
is like
yes.
I haven't had a chance to really do anything with
Yeah.
it because we haven't had time to.
it's great.
play.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
plug Korg. Maybe we can get a sponsorship. But they make
At
Korg
great.
Korg,
sponsor
give
me.
me
They
money,
make-
please.
They make great stuff. It's like, it's actually pretty
allowed to
affordable.
You can do
Portables
pretty
in
much
here.
anything with the Korg too, so it's pretty much limitless.
Yeah, that mini log is a great piece of equipment. But
How do you guys feel about Cleveland's music scene? If you
50% good, 50% shit.
please
50
elaborate. Hold on. I want to go one. I want to go
50%
down.
C.
I want to go around the table here. Why is that? Like
What do you have to say
what?
about it?
You make
no,
me
no, no,
answer?
no, no, no. You said it. I want to
I
hear.
didn't
I want
say
to hear
it.
why.
You
Yeah,
said
Ben.
Yeah,
Lay it on us.
Support your claim, dude.
Well, like I think a good portion of the bands are all just trying to sound like everybody else, and then there's like the other half of the bands are actually trying to jump out of that and sound like
Are you telling
something
me
different.
you don't want to hear Imagine Dragons band every day of your life?
Is that a thing?
Oh my god.
They do that around here?
I
I'm
swear
new.
to-
I'm new to this.
I
So.
well, I feel like when I walk into a place, into a spot, right? and there's at least more than 12, 30-plus-year-old people there, there's bound to be an Imagine Dragons ripoff in there.
Oh yeah.
And
well,
then they're
I would
mean.
say not necessarily really
That's mean.
someone
That's
who
just
sounds
something
like
I've seen.
Imagine Dragons, but I think that's just your umbrella term for someone who sounds like generic.
Yes, because
Thank you for
Imagine
clarifying
Dragons
that.
Yeah,
is like
it's not-
saltless fries.
It really sound like Imagine Dragons.
Like it'll fill you up, but it won't be satisfying.
I'd say
Mhm.
I don't really have an opinion because I'm not really that involved in any of it.
I've been
As far
heavily
as,
involved
like-
in like the punk scene, so like I'm used to like everything sounding the same.
Yeah.
Well-
Who are you to talk?
Exactly.
But-
That's why I don't go to punk shows anymore.
Yeah, I'd say I don't really have that much knowledge of a lot of bands, but there's a lot of bands I love from around here. And
Yeah,
there's, like, a lot of
everyone
bands
we
that-
play with
Everyone we
is
play with.
like the sweetest beans, and they're
Oh, yeah.
all so talented and awesome, and they've got their own. I miss Attaboy, first of all.
Oh, Attaboy was so good. They weren't even from here though.
I know. I'm just saying that they
Yeah,
played with us
that's
like
the thing.
twice, and then they were like, "Yo, we quit, bye," and I was like, "Cool."
No, but
I wish we could play with Key to Mint again.
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
great.
man.
Where are they
yeah.
from?
They're from around here, I think, like
I think the west
Painesville.
side. Are
Yeah,
they from
I
around
want to say Painesville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for directions. I
But
don't know
yeah,
where
you-
anything is.
Either way, I mean, there's a lot of bands I love. I mean, it's hard to say really. I don't have
Yeah.
a very strong opinion about the music scene around here, just because I don't feel like I have enough knowledge of it.
That's how I feel.
Because
Yeah,
I
we
I
kinda
feel
just
like it's
show up.
very-
I'm using the knowledge of like from a few years ago,
And you're
so I
more
could
sociable.
be wrong.
Like you talk to the other people that are there and like
Sometimes
What's kind of
do
unfortunate.
things.
I get backed into corners.
Because you're small.
What were you saying? It was unfortunate that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's kind of unfortunate because the stuff we play, although you could almost say that a lot of the bands sound the same, to me that's more like really selective booking. Because
Yeah.
people only book bands that will generally fit that same mold as like the headliner or stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, it's hard for me to say because I can really only speak for rock. Like
Yeah.
I never see local like hip hop or ambient or jazz or anything like that just because it's like so far out of my
That requires leaving the house.
yeah, 'cause again, that goes back to that. I'd love to
Touche.
explore that kind of stuff a lot more around here because I know you
Yeah.
find like really great stuff, but I don't ever get the chance to. I don't
Yeah.
know why. But
I do like the scene. Just because I feel like it's like everyone that we went to high school with that played an instrument at one point is probably in a band together.
Oh yeah, probably.
it's great.
And it's
yeah.
just cool. There's like an endless supply
Yeah.
of people trading off members and new bands being started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun process.
Yeah.
Too.
Which is why I'm glad I'm no longer in like going around in the punk scene because like it's very like elitist and it's very like you have to
Punk
sound this way.
elitist?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
It's
really.
shocking.
That's kind of a double.
Never heard that one
entendre. Yeah.
before.
They're
The-
trying to take down the patriarchy, but little did they know they
Are the
began their own
patriarchy?
patriarchy.
Exactly. That's very interesting.
Like they are the most intolerant for preaching tolerance.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm like not familiar with any scene really outside of the rock general like rock bands that we usually play
Yeah.
with. So it's
Those
hard for me to
bands I
speak.
love. I love everyone we've played with really, except for like I'm not gonna name any names, but the band where people moshed and knocked you over the table.
I
That was really
almost
shitty.
killed someone that day.
Yeah.
that was.
I was
bad.
willing to go to jail. No one else would let me.
That's just. I mean, that's just like
Oh.
common sense. You don't want to like
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Do that
remembering
in
that
a
night.
room.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
in a room the size of it's like
The size of
two
this
and
room.
About the size of this room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there-
People jumping around.
There were people with grandpappies there, and
Yeah.
then people were like
It looked like a
shoving
friggin'
them over.
family barbecue.
Yeah.
Grandpa's gonna have to take a trip in the ambulance if we keep this up.
No, but I'd say generally I've never really had many bad experiences besides that. That's really the only time I can remember really being irritated.
Oh,
I'm just
I'm always
irritated by
irritated.
most people.
So would you
Yeah.
guys? What would you guys like to see more of? Would it be more of the diversity, or just seeing it happen closer, or like what?
I want to say both of those,
yeah,
honestly.
no, there's no venues around here,
Oh yeah.
and
We're working on
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
being worked on.
There's some big stuff in the pipes. Hopefully, it'll happen before New
yeah, because it's like the farthest or the closest that you can go is Music Links, and their
Yeah.
toilets are stained weird,
Yeah.
and their bathrooms are really uneven, and their
They-
beers they charge $5 for a Miller High Life.
And they make you
DeLoreans.
they make you seem like
DeLoreans.
bigger than you are because they have the fucking light show and then the fucking smoke machines going.
Yeah,
I'm
it-
like, we're not that kind of band. I don't.
We're
feel
playing garbage
comfortable.
music for garbage people.
Oh, so the Cramps?
Yeah. Don't even put us up there.
Do you
that
guys
was the album?
how do you guys like? Oh wait, what's up?
He's been trying to say something.
Oh, what's
for a
up,
while.
dude? Sorry.
Oh, no, I'd say
Yeah.
I'd like to see people doing like more stuff, maybe in different styles and especially closer, because it's kind of tough. It'd be tough, like if you were in some weird like, I don't know, like drone band or something, like the noise. It'd be hard to get a show.
Oh yeah.
Because like there's certain types of music that just like float to the top of local shows, and they're like the only things that people want to book. So it's tough. It's hard to know. Like you'd almost have to have like a free venue in a way to get like a really wide variety of stuff.
Right.
Because
That's honestly how we got our start, though, was just like playing at the shop for no money to nobody.
But that's the
The
best
days.
part,
Yeah,
though.
that's how you start.
Right,
Yeah.
because that then enables people. It's like they're not risking anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's right in their backyard. Like, for me, in the first band I was in, Not in the Daily, like, we really enjoyed those DIY shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Much better than, like, a legitimate venue. you
Yeah.
know? And it's, like, in a way, sometimes, like, it's depending on the situation, the crowd respects it even more. Because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is so-and-so's house. Or, like,
Yeah.
this is so-and-so's shop or warehouse or whatever. Like, all right,
Obviously,
cool,
whoever's
you
being
know?
put on is going to be like pretty good quality.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. Everybody
Yeah.
knows everybody. If anything, I think that's almost a little more popular. Like, I used to live in Cincinnati, for those of you that didn't know. And, like, I helped out with the DIY scene down there, and it's the same thing. It's like, I'm not the only dude doing it, but, like, it was sweet. Like, there was on one or two given nights, 3 different underground houses were going, like, at the same time, and only one of them was actually associated with the local college. Like, people on their own were doing it, and that was great.
Yeah.
And it was sweet, just like you said. Like, at one show, it could be like a reggae party over here.
Yeah.
Like, no discrimination or anything, just come right on in, you know. This other one might be like a punk show that's like, hey, give us a beer, and you can stay the whole night. And there was, like, camaraderie there, you know. Have you guys ever hosted any DIY shows or anything?
Yeah.
We hosted
seeing you
a
guys
show
at,
in his
at North
At our
or
house,
at South.
yeah.
in my
South.
backyard.
Or North, whatever.
Yeah, we did play at North.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
My-
seeing that.
My
Like
brother
twice.
had a show at my parents' house too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Like an acoustic show in the backyard.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fun.
Our
It's
first
fun
show
to
at
do that.
Our first show at North was good. Our second show was total poopy.
Yeah, it
Why
was
would you
not
say that?
great.
Was it a technical problem or like?
Sort of.
Both like technical and like we got cut off 15 minutes into our set.
Because
Because
they
it was-
didn't manage their time.
Oh.
We
And-
managed our time pretty well.
Well,
we
no,
played,
you guys managed
They
their time.
didn't manage
they
their
didn't
time.
manage their
Yeah.
time.
Who's they?
The people putting it on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The promoters there.
Yeah.
names, but it was just.
There was a much better band that could have been playing. I'm
and
sorry,
also,
did I say
remember-
bland?
I remember for that last song.
Well, they are pretty bland.
I remember for that last song.
That
we
was
were
the point of
pretty.
my joke.
We were pretty horrifically out of tune.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't recall
Luckily,
that part. That's
luckily
an
it was a
important
cover
part
though.
of- That's an important part of that
Yeah,
story.
that was one of the worst covers I've ever heard in my life, guys. I'm just gonna say that right
Well,
now.
it
It
was-
sounded better
you
at
guys were out
practice.
soon? You guys
Oh
were
yeah,
out?
horrible. Someone handed us. What happened is someone handed us their guitar and it was in tune,
Oh, it was.
and then we
Alec.
all started playing, and the bass and the other guitar were not.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was
that's
just a
rough.
nightmare.
And I played drums at one point, and we were Jesse and I were wearing dresses, and I had like.
It's also-
these like fingerless gloves that went all the way over to here, and I was trying to play drums, and like the sticks were slipping out of my hands.
Oh man, what do you guys think of performance, like stage presence? At what point does it go from being stage presence to just like utterly stupid?
I think that's like
There's no such thing as stupid with your stage presence.
I don't
Be
know,
as
man.
ridiculous
I've
as
seen,
you want.
I've seen a band literally urinate on a crowd.
Okay, that's like stupid and annoying.
Okay,
so,
so
Were you
yeah,
at the
so
shop?
clearly
I'm
there
talking
clearly
about,
there is maybe
like,
clearly
people
there
being-
was a line there.
yeah,
so
no,
what
I'm
that's
talking
all I
about
want
with
to get at.
creativity.
Like-
Like,
Yeah.
get as goofy and weird
Yeah.
and fun
Oh, yeah.
and sparkly as you want, but as
We-
soon as you start like getting into people's personal space
Or
and
destroying the venue's equipment.
destroying the venue,
Yeah.
making anyone uncomfortable beyond what they're cool with, like that's not cool.
Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. But I don't like those fucking hardcore singers with the fucking, like, billions of muscles, like, all up in your face, like, shoving the microphone.
That's
in
why
your
I don't
face.
go
in
to
your
sh-
face,
well,
too.
even when we go to the shows, there's people that, since they're used to like pushing others around, we went to
Yeah.
Hop Along. Hop Along could
Yeah.
not be more like chill.
I know.
And this guy was trying to start a mosh pit in there because it was at the grog shop, so that's like what you do.
Right.
And everyone there was really
People
uncomfortable.
tried to mosh during Built to Spill, remember?
Yeah.
Why?
Who
Very-
moshes to Built to Spill?
This is not Seattle.
Yeah, no. But like stage presence, like when it comes to like presenting yourself in a certain way,
We
like
let Jesse do that.
exactly.
Yeah, I let Jesse
Like,
take care of that.
Sometimes we've had gimmicks for shows just so we can be a little bit more interesting. Sometimes they went great. Sometimes they went
Fell flat on their faces.
yeah, 100% flat on our faces. Like when we played at the symposium and we're all Nicolas Cage characters and nobody got it.
Or when we dressed up for the Halloween show, and we were the
Yeah.
only people dressed up for Halloween the
Oh,
day
that was
before
bad.
Halloween.
Really?
Yes.
You were
I
a witch.
chose the-
Matt was covered in
I
blood.
was covered in fake blood,
Jesse was
which was terrible.
what was Jesse? Jesse was a gorilla and I was a metal dude with like long hair.
Yeah, and we were the only people
We were
dressed
the only
like that.
people who dressed up. And then there was the second time we did it.
Again,
at
only
Happy Dog.
We weren't the only people. The last band that played was.
Oh
kinda
yeah,
dressed up.
Sleepyheads dressed up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was.
But
a
again,
little bit
I was
better.
dressed. Well, I was dressed up like a sim character, so I just
Yeah.
had the bobble on my
That's
head.
really
Just take
cool,
that off.
actually.
Jesse tried to
It took
be
me
a
so
mummy.
long to make.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Jesse tried to be a mummy with toilet paper, and it was the worst idea in the world because it all just fell apart.
And we were
You
just
probably
wrapping
made
them
a
in
mess.
toilet paper. Yeah.
Oh
Probably
my
made a
god, it
mess,
was a
right?
big
Big
mess.
mess.
I had like corpse paint.
Oh man.
That was great.
Holy crap.
I don't think. What did you do? I don't think you did
He
any
had
of
a
it.
dog. You had a dog mask.
I
Oh yeah, you had the
dog
dog mask.
For-
but-
for
you
the-
wore it for one song.
For the DIY shows that you guys did you guys have themes or anything?
Not
Or was it just
really.
like, hey, come out
for-
to so
for
and so's
the-
yard and just yeah.
For the house show, it was
Yeah.
pretty much just rainbow colors because we
Yeah.
cannot do anything without being really gay.
But it was fun at the house show. I don't know. We didn't really have a theme or anything. And I know
The theme
this
was
is-
"Don't sit in my living room when everything's outside." That's
I have
the
a
theme.
very unpopular
opening the door and
opinion
closing
when
it,
it
let the
comes to
AC out.
stage presence and like conduct. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna sound really bad coming from someone in a rock and roll band, but my ideal situation for every show, like even if I was seeing like a black metal show, I'd like it to have a slanted floor and seats.
Like
and
a
I
movie
just
theater?
sit down and they walk out on the stage and say hello everyone. and
Like it's an actual concert or
just
something.
like a
He's
yeah,
not a people
like
person.
A classical
Blossom.
concert.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
honestly
That's what I would want.
live to sit down during a show.
I know.
I
get
hate
tired.
standing.
I'm too
during
old
shows.
for
Well,
standing
I
up
literally
now.
I purposely get to the front of the stage so I can lean on it.
That's
Yeah.
why I love the
I'll put you on my shoulders next time, Ben.
That's
Okay.
why I love the ballroom because they have those tables in
Yeah.
there. We always just sit there.
You guys
It's
ever
like
go
I'm
to
too-
Blossom? You ever
I've
seen
never
it?
been
Yes,
there,
I went
actually.
to many a
Blossom's-
Warped Tour there in my
Blossom's
younger
pretty
days.
nice.
I went to the last Warp Tour.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't gone.
didn't.
I didn't get to go to
What do
one
you
Warped
guys
Tour.
think of the Warped Tour and like how that whole thing unfolded and like why they stopped doing the Warped
Why
Tour?
I
did
have
they
no
stop
idea
doing
why
Warped
they
Tour?
stopped.
I don't know.
Why do you
I
think
guess
they
Kevin
stopped?
Lyman didn't want money anymore.
Because scene kids are not cool anymore.
Yeah,
I've never
But the
been.
nostalgia of scene kids is cool.
I wish I was still a scene kid.
I think that's what Warped Tour probably turned into was just the nostalgia at one
Oh, yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, with
It
Real
just
Big
got
Fish
too
and Pennywise
crowded.
still playing.
I feel like it was just no one wanted to go out. Too hot, too crowded,
Yeah.
too expensive.
Yeah, I
Could
went-
be raining.
I went to the last one. And
Lot
I-
of money.
I got straight up burnt on my face. I had to sit in a shade for 90% of the time. I didn't want to stay for like any of the bands. Half
I got
the
my
time.
head smacked on the concrete. at
Oh.
Warped Tour.
How'd that happen?
I was watching Black Veil Brides
Oh,
perform.
Knives and Pens.
I went to every single one of their shows they had in Cleveland. I was
Really?
like their number one fan.
Yeah, I don't think.
But
I
a
think
crowd
I'm-
surfer fell on me and I smacked my head off the concrete.
Oh,
yeah,
that sucks.
and I couldn't find my friends. But then my lovely father drove 45 minutes out to Blossom to pick me up and take me home.
Oh.
I think I'm the only one who
Yeah.
never went to Warped Tour.
Yeah,
I don't think
dude,
Jesse
I
did.
haven't either.
I don't think
No,
Jesse
really.
ever went to Warp Tour.
Did he?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
don't
us
know.
young folk, I
It's
guess,
funny 'cause
Ben.
Well, I went to the
younger-
last one.
When I was younger, I did listen to a lot of the stuff that would have played there, but I still never went.
I listened to a
Well,
lot of the Warp Tour
You would
compilations.
like usually people go with their friends, and we didn't have friends, so
I didn't.
I
go
went
to
with
a-
my dad.
I didn't go to a concert until I was 18. Did I ever tell you that?
Was that the OCs?
Yeah, it was the.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
it was
Why is that?
18.
I don't know. I just didn't like. I'm again too. I think I'm kind of. I don't like people. I don't like crowds
Yeah.
really. But I can remember, if it counts, I can remember going to the overpass on Vine Street and listening to Def Leppard play at Classic Park.
I
Good
remember hearing
time.
Bus
There you
Cherry play from Classic Park.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Can Can we move? I don't want to live in Eastlake anymore,
Oh,
dude.
no, dude, you're gonna miss that when Alice Cooper comes back. You're not gonna be able to listen.
Van
to it
Halen
in the
plays there.
overpass.
Dude,
My
I
mom's
want to
sitting
hear
up.
Hot for Teacher